Welcome to weekday coronavirus-driven mind stuff. My name is George Ortega, and it is 10:56 p.m. on Thursday, June 4th, I think. Hope you're having a good day. I mean, you're watching this on Friday. I am tired. I just I have my Zoom room that's open. I open it. This one, it's like kind of like a party. It's like this conversation. So I open it on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturday, and like a couple of hours. But what's interesting is like I didn't feel like opening up the room tonight because I am tired. I didn't feel like doing this episode per se, but I kind of enjoy it. Um, but what was cool is I've been running this room for close to 2 months, it seems like already. And so the same people keep coming back and we get to know each other and it's nice. It's very cool. I'm not going to talk about politics today because I just it's very frustrating. But basically again, what I'm frustrated with is like the media will get we'll cover a topic like this for a while, get really people angry. I got to get some water. Hold on. I'm going to put this on pause because I don't want to start over. Hold on. All right. So we're back. Yeah, I mean, again, they're so good at presenting the problem, whatever it is. There's one problem after another. But they don't devote attention to the solution. And that's kind of like a major disservice. That kind of tells me, well, the media, they're not really on the side of their viewers, of people who rely on them for information. So, that's frustrating, but I don't want to continue feeling frustrated. So I will talk about something else. So anyway, I got this great guitar. And well, I mean, another frustration, but that's all right. Basically it's a great looking guitar. I really like the way it looks, but here's the thing. It doesn't sound nearly as good as my Ibanez bass, the 5-string, that I'm using it as a 4-string bass. And the other thing is I'm noticing that with the 5-string bass, because it's 5 strings, the strings are closer together. So it's easier to play. So I kind of missed that. So anyway, I'm going back to the Ibanez. And this other one, I don't know, may eventually, it's the pickups. The pickups apparently aren't as good quality as they are on the Ibanez. So maybe eventually, if I continue to get serious about trying to be a session musician, in a year or two, who knows, then I'll work on that. I'll modify it, just different, tuners, different pickups, see what happens. But I am so tired. What am I going to talk about? Oh, tomorrow I talk about it's my, the room is God and COVID-19. And that, if this one works out well, I've got another meeting on Monday that it's about COVID-19 and happiness, or happiness during this COVID-19 distancing time. But if this God thing works out well as well tomorrow night as it did last Friday, I may have, I love talking about God. I really do. I mean, it's talking about everything. It's talking about, the ruler of everything, who is everything and all that stuff. So yeah, hopefully, and again, it depends on, people coming into the room. And then this one, I don't, it's not for atheists or agnostics. This is for people who, and it's, it's not for me, God isn't a belief. Some people believe that there's a God. No, for me, it's an understanding. For me, it's a logical conclusion. There has to be a God if you define God the way God is defined in the Bible, being the creator, all powerful, all knowing, all this stuff. So anyway, so I attended let me talk about Friedman. What's his name? Thomas Friedman. I was listening to his Zoom call earlier today, and the guy's not that smart. He's drawing an analogy. He's saying like, well, this isn't a war, he's trying to make a talking point, obviously against Trump, and fine, that's good. But he's saying this isn't really a war, because in a war you have strategies and you have tactics and all, and you can't really fight against a virus. I mean, come on, the guy. Yes, you can fight against the virus. That's exactly what we're doing. That's what the distancing is about. That's what the vaccines are about. So anyway, so a person who makes a comment like that, I can't consider all that bright. And like my experience with him, I mean, I think I read one of his books. He's good at presenting information. When it comes to answers, to the problems people present, he's not that good at that. So anyway, I listened to half an hour, and once he said that, no, this isn't a war, this, because we can't strategize, we can't have tactics. And I realized the guy's not too sharp, so. And I haven't read his stuff. Well, whatever. And then, I was like, I was in town for this, like, I participated for a while, not all that long, I guess, but for the, the Ring of Love, whatever, just a lot of people were out. And I was by City Hall. And it was funny because it was called like, something like a Ring of Love, whatever. But like people were chanting, defund the police, it's like, I can't breathe, all this stuff. This was a George Floyd demonstration. And I was trying to like, I'm walking by it, and there's a lot of people. They're not 6 feet apart. They're like everywhere. And I'm in the street. I'm walking by, so I'm walking out in the street. I mean, I'm safe. I'm safer. I mean, there aren't that many cars coming, whatever. But I felt safer in the street than like, being there with other people. What else? I'm like so looking, so it's about 11, whatever, 11:05. I get this done in about 20 minutes, I see. And then it takes another 10 minutes, I guess, to process, and another 10 minutes to upload, to the internet, and then send the studio the email with the link to pull it down. And then I'm just so looking forward to just like meditating, like sometimes I woke up kind of late today, so I'm not going to sleep anytime soon, but I am feeling really tired. And so like, I'm just looking forward to meditating till, let's say, 3, maybe even 4 in the morning, and I can do that because if I'm lying down or just, I'm too tired to sit up, whatever. But that should be fun. Yeah, I don't have anything today, no meaningful information. Who knows? Maybe that's better. I don't know. Because maybe I have to reach for other stuff that's more interesting. So what else? I'm listening, I'm getting into the music of Led Zeppelin a bit. Yeah, kind of. To jam to, because it's different. Their melodies are unique. And so I'm listening to a biography of them by somebody who worked with them. He's kind of like, yeah, it's an unauthorized biography, but still, seems that he knows his stuff. And it's pretty cool. It's about like, like, for example, when they first started, they weren't being played on the radio and stuff. They didn't want to release a single. It was a unique kind of a band because they got really popular really quickly, but not in the conventional way. They used a different strategy because they weren't a conventional band, I guess. What else? I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, I am so tired. So 18 minutes left. I don't have to talk. I could just like sit here and just like, look at myself, because there was this other meetup that I was going to, and it's a great group. I think it's called Wild Soul Circus. I think she just changed the name of it, whatever. But one of the sessions, like she had us, like there were about 10 of us, so 5 breakout rooms, 2 of which each. And she had us like kind of like gaze at each other's eyes for a minute, and then share with each other what that experience felt like. That was pretty cool. You gotta, so anyway, like, so I can like stare at myself for a minute because I'm the only one here and tell you what it felt like. All right, whatever. I'm a little hungry. I got some like frozen blueberries. Yeah, I'm gonna have that for like kind of like a late night dessert snack before I meditate. And tomorrow I can't sleep all that. I'm like, yeah, I've got to talk. I've got to like a 2:30 talk with a friend of mine. We talk every Friday at 2:30, and so that means I got to wake up at, I guess, around, well, 2 really. I mean, like I don't have to wake up any earlier than 2. But then that's all I have to do until I open up my group tomorrow. It starts at 8 instead of 9. That's again, I hope that's a good group, just talking about God with people that aren't going to say, well, God doesn't exist, And Friedman, again, he's like blaming this. He's not very informed, and he's not, he's a bit too political. In other words, he's blaming China, the wet markets and stuff, and like obviously he didn't do enough research. If he would have learned, for example, that we had some kind of, I think, a bird flu outbreak a couple of months ago in South Carolina, and this is not uncommon for here in the United States in our factory farms. This isn't just a wet market wildlife problem. This is a problem with how we here in the United States, so basically he's trying to blame China, and like that was like so wrong. I mean, give me a break. He's never been like, I don't think he's ever been like a real liberal or progressive. He's more like middle of the road, and yeah, no, he's not that bright. I'm sorry. What else? I don't know. Got me. That's interesting because, like, this is like episode. Oh, I forgot to say this is episode, I guess, 40. 40 episodes. Look at that. So, like, I'm thinking, like, maybe I'm out of stuff. I can't be out of stuff. Like, if I can do 40 days, I can do 400 days, and that'll be interesting to see how, like, I mean, this COVID-19 thing is going to be with us for months after month after month. So it'll be kind of like a very interesting historical chronicle, one person's experience, in this distancing. And I'm really distanced because it's not like I live with a family or others, I'm like, but fortunately, I guess, I've lived this lifestyle for a while. So you get accustomed to it. And like, I like people. I walk through town. I'm not like a kind of person who just ignores others. I will acknowledge people, greet them. A lot of people I don't get greeted back because, it's unfortunate. People, excuse me, aren't like that. They've really never been like that here in White Plains for decades, maybe ever. I guess because like I was born in Cuba, and like Cuba is a very friendly place. People are like warmer, they're friendlier. Maybe I should move to Cuba. But what else? So yeah, I'm looking through the news, and they're not saying anything. Well, no, let's not go there to the politics. Let's talk about something positive. Um, it was a nice day today. Um, let's see. I've been feeling well. No, it's like my mind is going to like problems. I don't, And actually, that reminds me. Once I was like with a friend, and we were talking in a coffee shop, and I had this idea, like, let's try, for like 5 minutes each, like, let's just like talk about only the good stuff. Only, if it's positive, we'll say it. If it's not, we won't. That was incredibly hard. I mean, I couldn't believe it. Um, Now, if ever I was a psychotherapist, if ever that was my profession, that would be my rule. You come into like, to my office and you talk to me, tell me anything you want, but you can't talk about your problems. And you would think, well, what's the use of that? The theory behind that, my own personal theory actually, is that, well, what happens is like, if a person is constrained to talking about just the good stuff, it kind of like refocuses the person's mind, reminds the person of the blessings they have. And, sometimes, like the way we think, it's habitual. We formed patterns and habits. So like complaining, I think sometimes I complain, I guess, I don't know. Yeah, I probably do. It's a habit. All right, let me do an experiment. Yeah, might as well. I got 11 minutes left. So the good stuff in my life. I like this apartment. I really do. I've got like pictures and paintings and, tapestry and photographs. I got the covers of some of the books that I've written. And I used to do a happiness show. So I have that sign up there. And then there's like a sign that I have mercy for farm animals. That's a sign that I used to carry through town. I didn't carry it all that much. There's another that sign there has a flip side. It says uh, "Let's end global poverty." Now that sign, back in 2006, 2007, 2008, for a couple of years, I would carry that through town like twice a day usually. And I was going to the gym at the time, so I kind of like made it so you can fold it in half and it'll fit into the gym locker. But anyway, that's cool. And like the dresser, so all right, this woman and I apparently wasn't faded, right? It wasn't her shirt. And but because I thought she was going to come in and spend some time here from Manhattan, I went out and bought this dresser, six drawer, because I figured, and it looks great. It really looks nice. It adds a lot to this room. It's black. I kind of like wanted a dark brown, but I think the black works well, because the futon mattress is black, the TV is black, there's a small table there that's black, and the other thing is that like, I don't have all that pile of like, sweatshirts and shorts and pants and stuff that I'd have, out. Now that I've got a drawer for the sweatshirts and stuff, another drawer for the pants and stuff. And these are big drawers, This is like a 5-foot long dresser with six drawers, yeah. So that's good. What else is good? Well, what's good is like that I'm almost done with this. And that means I can like meditate, for hours. And I love to meditate. I really do. Because meditation, I mean, like what I do is like, because I've done different kinds of meditations. I've meditated for like 45 years. So, I started with mantra meditation. I've worked with breath meditation. What I'm doing now is called a body scan. And basically I try to focus on body sensations, because I think the body, think about it, before we learned to talk, when we were in the womb, when we were very, very little, infants, we, a lot of our experience was what our body was communicating to us, or what we were perceiving, right? Obviously, like, we're looking around and hearing stuff, but when you're meditating, you're not, you've got your eyes closed, or I do at least. Some people meditate with their eyes open. Yeah, I find that difficult. I don't know. I could see the benefit of it. I'm not sure if it's an advantage, because, like, I think people who do that conclude, well, I'm learning how to get into this meditative state so that I can stay in it, 24/7, or at least, the hours they're awake. I just, it's there's too much stimulation for me to do that. But so anyways, like, so yeah, so like I enjoy that meditation. What else? Oh, I was looking forward to because I'm a vegan, so I don't drink milk, and like the soy milk that they have, like at CVS and stuff, and it's kind of expensive, almost $4 for half a gallon. And so what I did is I went online on Amazon. I got some coconut milk, thinking that it was like almond milk, because like I used to get almond milk in this Asian supermarket, and I got to go there again because maybe they didn't have it for a long time. And it's almond milk powder, and so like basically I would just mix that with cold water. And then I love cereal. Like I've got, I bought some Cheerios because, I don't like to eat sugar, or it's just not healthy. So I don't. So that was great, a substitute for dairy milk, But like this stuff that I got, this coconut milk, it's intended to be put into hot water, And I didn't read the description, well enough apparently when I got 6 packets of it. I think I spent like $20 or something. I don't know. But then I realized, it's like, so I'm stirring it for like a couple of minutes, and I get the particles, the powder dispersed enough there. It works, So as a matter of fact, I think, oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to have another bowl of Cheerios before I go to sleep, but put those blueberries on top. How's that? Yes, and I shouldn't, because I have to microwave them to warm them up, because I don't like frozen blueberries, but I should probably just microwave them half the time so they're not warm. I'd rather not have warm blueberries on my Cheerios with coconut milk. So we'll see how that happens. See, that's a good thing. I'm very blessed. I mean, we're all very blessed, blessed in so many ways, and I appreciate it. My problem isn't, I mean, I could complain about my life, I'd like to be nice, like, for example, have a wife, stuff like that. But that's not what gets me down. What gets me down is this world, there's the problems of the world. And I should probably, as I get older, I should probably just get better at saying, hey, I've tried for 35 years to make things better, and hopefully I've succeeded to a certain extent in some ways, but the problem is much, much bigger than me, and it's all up to God. At least that's how I see things. So I think maybe just like cultivating more faith, that eventually, we're going through a kind of like an adolescence with our humanity or whatever. It's been happening for like a long time, a few millennia maybe, I don't know. But eventually I think this planet is going to be, like a bliss for everyone. Yeah. All right, 3 minutes and 34 seconds left. What else? I'm on this computer, and I want to set up, because before with my rooms, I was like using it with my TV set, and I could like lie down with my head against, a pillow on the wall, on my futon, flattened out to a bed and all. but I just haven't, I have to hook up the mic and stuff and haven't been doing it. Hopefully for, well, tomorrow, for the religious, for the God thing, I'm not sure if it's the right, you know, because some meetings, you know, like I attend like some of the rabbis' talks and stuff, and I'm not going to be on futon for those talks. I don't think that, you know, because sometimes they, you know, they show text and you got to read it and like, you know, which, you know, actually I should print it out because I'm, you know, I'm looking into the screen trying to read stuff and it's all small and all. I think the sheets that they work from are only like 2-3 pages. I should print them out. Anyway, so it's like, I'm going to start my outro now at about 2 minutes and 17 seconds. So watch this if you want. If you don't, you know, obviously. But if you want to, it's on every Monday through Friday at 5 p.m. on White Plains Community Media Channel 76 if you get Optimum, and Channel 45 if you get Verizon. And if you happen to get Verizon and live in, let's say, Tarrytown or Scarsdale or Ardsley, or a few of the other, maybe Hartsdale, a few of the other surrounding communities, there's about 7 to 10 of them, I guess. You can also watch it through Verizon there. So tell your friends. But this guy who just like goes on the, it's kind of like a Seinfeld ripoff. It's kind of like this guy goes on there and talks about nothing. That's not true. That's not true. I talk about a lot of important things. Yeah, I have great ideas sometimes. And so, yeah, and if you miss, you know, the episode, you know, if you missed that night's episode or whatever, you can watch it on through the White Plains Community Media website. They you know, they have all the shows there, and they also have I did a show in 2015 called The Ortega Path to Enlightenment. I only did 21 episodes or so, but that's a pretty cool show. I prepared for that. That was good. All right, 39 seconds. So, yeah, I hope you're having a great Friday. I hope you have a great weekend. I hope the world begins to change much more quickly because of the demonstrations, because of, you know, the George Floyd killing, because, like, you know, I imagine they're going to have many more demonstrations because nobody's working. So many of these kids, they have time, whereas before they had to work and all. So now they can keep these protests going until things change. All right, well, I will see you hopefully on Monday. Have a great weekend.